What's up, my fitness family? Today I have a legs and core workout for you. So this is going to be the description for it, and then I'm actually going to do the workout with you guys. So hold on, no further. My name is Brent, Kasmer, this is BKPT, and I want to make sure that you guys get the description so that way you understand not only the exercises and how to do them and how not to do them wrong, or how not to do them improperly. Or how to, something like that, whatever. But if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe, mash that notification bell, that way you're notified as the new stuff comes out. And give me some love, show me some likes, all right? I'm not gonna hold off any further. Let's go ahead and knock this out. So I'm gonna go through the exercises in this one in the descriptions, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do another video where I actually do the whole workout with you guys, all right? So, if you have not yet already, check out my video on dynamic warm-ups, because whenever you do an exercise or an exercise program, you want to make sure that your body is warmed up. So you want to definitely participate in the lower body, or actually it's called the dynamic stretches for legs. So I had that video for you guys as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and do a step back lunge. So it's going to be like this, step back lunge, and you're going to do all 8 reps. All on the one leg. So do you see how I'm stepping back? You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you get a good step back. And if you don't need to use dumbbells, don't use them. You make sure you have the proper form first. But you always want to make sure you're driving up through the heel of this front foot. And you want to make sure when you step back, your knee is going to be behind your toes. So this is one of the safer lunges to do. So a lot of times if you're starting off, it's a good one to do because you're stepping away, you're not lunging into it, where you can actually push your knee over top of your toes. The next exercise is a good morning. So you can do one of two things. You can either hold 2 dumbbells in front of you, you're going to have stiff legs, and you're going to push your butt back. It's very similar to your stiff-legged deadlift. But the good thing with this is you're really engaging your core because you have your weights at a farther away from the axis of what you're trying to use. So since you have them up at your shoulders, your core is much more engaged because of where the dumbbells are placed. So the good morning is very similar to the stiff-legged deadlift. It's just that the weights are up higher, either on your shoulders or in front of your shoulders. Or you can grab a dumbbell and just do 1 dumbbell and make it heavier. All right? So those are the first 2 leg exercises. We're going to do calf raises, but instead of just doing calf raises, we're making them ballistic, and you're hopping from side to side. And when holding dumbbells and hopping from side to side, you're also working your obliques and core as well. So, but with this, you want to make sure that your shoulders are back, so that way you don't hurt yourself when you're doing it too. Because if you're all forward and your shoulders are forward, then you have the tendency to possibly hurting your back. So always be watching yourself in the mirror, paying attention to, mindfully of what you're doing, and that way you guys don't get injured, all right? The next one's a reverse crunch. So we're gonna do 4 exercises and then repeat them. We're gonna do 3 circuits of it, and it's all 8 repetitions. So, it's 20 of the zigzag hops with the weights, and it's 20 reverse crunches. So take all that back, the first 2 exercises are 8 reps. So reverse crunch. The biggest thing with this is you don't want to engage your lower back. So you always want to make sure your back is flat on the ground. So you want to keep your hands under your butt so that way you keep your back in the ground, and you're literally just popping your hips up just like this. And you only come down, and you see I'm not bringing my feet all the way down because then my lower back arches. So you want to make sure that you keep that lower back driven into the ground, popping it up. And if you do want to bring your legs down to make it more advanced, only go as far as you notice before your lower back comes off the ground. So mindfully, going to these exercises. Whew. So those are the first 4 exercises. So you would repeat all that. Our next circuit is going to be a goblet squat. So goblet squat, I like holding the dumbbell like this, preferably. You can use kettlebell, dumbbell. Doesn't really matter what you use, you're using a weight. All right, so goblet squat. Just like a squat. Core is super engaged though, because you're holding yourself upright. So you just want to make sure you stay on your heels and do a good squat. When people are starting with me, I usually put something behind them so that way they can sit their butt back and tap it to the box or step or couch or chair or whatever you're using. So goblet squat, holding the weights like that, and you're gonna go ahead and sit your hips back into the exercise. Stay on your heels. Keep your head up. Stare at a focal point. So get a focus point out there, stare at it, keeping your head up, keeping that core engaged, driving through your hips, all right? Core is super engaged, which is great. The next exercise is a single leg RDL. You can do this without holding on to something. It's great for balance. So it's just like a stiff-legged deadlift, except you're doing just one leg. Biggest thing with this is keeping this dumbbell super close to your leg. Push your butt back, keep your body square. So don't twist into it to try to get deeper. Keep your back straight, push your butt back, and then also I try to have people even honestly knee forward so it helps them to drive through their hips and engage, their glute and hamstring. So you don't want to just do this. You want to lean your shoulders back and drive through those hips. So stretch it down. Everything's controlled. It's not a fast motion. You're not flying through this trying to get it done. You want to do everything properly, mindfully understand your body and the mechanics of it so that way you get the best benefit out of it. All right. So you're going to do both legs, and then we're going to do a single leg calf raise. So whatever dumbbell or whatever hand you're holding the dumbbell in is the toe you're rising up on. If you need to find something, if you have a step and you want to use a step, the biggest thing is keeping that knee locked and getting a good range of motion, with your heel going up and down, good ankle mobility. All right, so those are the exercises. And the fourth one is going to be a side bend. So you want your feet together, shoulders back, and you're reaching away from the dumbbell. I want to say 90% of the people who do this wrong. They're letting the dumbbell do all the work. All right, so you're taking that dumbbell and you're working the opposite oblique. All right, so those are the 4 exercises that we're doing in that circuit. That's a lot. If you guys have any more questions, hit me up in the comments so that way I know, these are some of the problems or issues that I'm having, so that way we can go ahead and hammer it out and get you taken care of. There's 4 more exercises. All right, so the last 4 exercises are the curtsy lunge, hip thrusts, and the half a Turkish Getup. I forgot what they were actually when I wrote this. So I was writing this for you guys because this is a very highly topic that people want to know. There's a lot of stuff that I've wanted to put out there for you guys. I always try to find good quality information for you. So we have the curtsy lunge. So curtsy lunge, same thing, holding it like a goblet squat. So you're gonna get, this is a lighter exercise. So when you do a goblet squat, it's gonna be a lot heavier. Obviously when you see me grab these dumbbells, they're all relevant to what I'm doing. Curtsy lunge, you're stepping behind your foot, tucking your foot, and kneeling almost where your heel is. So coming up, and you can do all 10 of these to the same side and then alternate, or you can alternate in between each one. But this is great for hips. So driving through your hips, building the glute, making all of this strong. So it's curtsy lunge, stepping back, just like that. Like I said before, if you're not advanced and you don't feel you can do this, definitely don't use weights at first. So that way, you can get used to something and then, move into a more advanced motion. All right, the next one's the hip thrust. So you're just laying on your back. You can grab, this could be a very heavy exercise. I teach all kinds of these, like the barbell hip thrusts, but this is just from the ground, driving your hips up, squeezing your glutes. So you're pushing this dumbbell, down in a downward motion so that way it stays up on your thighs when you're doing this. All right, so you're just driving up, pushing through your heels, and, squeezing your glutes and hips. I'm gonna show you this also with sliders. I love sliders, super easy to travel with. They can go anywhere. Good addition to make everything even more advanced. So same thing, dumbbells on my hips. I'm sliding in while lifting my butt. So you're not coming in and then lifting, you're literally lifting, engaging the whole hamstring along the way and the insertion of where it ties in your glute. And then the finishing movement is a major glute, squeeze at the end. So just keeping that there, driving your hips up, then you drop your hips, legs back out, keeping your toes straight up. So your legs are flat, toes are straight up, and you're pulling it in. So you're lifting before you start, lift and pull and slide it into you. So that is the slider hamstring glute raise, or slider hamstring hip thrust, however you guys want to say it, doesn't matter to me. The last one in this circuit and the last one for this entire program is the half a Turkish Getup. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Turkish Getup or not, but you want to hold the dumbbell directly over your chest, and the cool thing about this, to really get that core activated, is you're going to roll to the side, so your obliques are locked up, and then you want to finish with it above your head, same way back down, elbow, flat. So you're working this whole abdominal and oblique. On the one side, you're going to do 5 of them, and then 5 on the other side. So same thing, rolling up onto your elbow. So over, see how the dumbbell rotates and stays up, and then finishing it all the way up tall. All right, so your back's tall, core is completely engaged, and you know it's a rough exercise. And that's only half the Turkish Getup. So if you haven't seen the Turkish Getup, definitely check that out also. But anyways, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you now the workout itself with you. But that is, in essence, the leg and core workout. And you can do this at home, you can do this at the gym, you can really honestly do this anywhere that you have dumbbells or any type of weight. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Definitely subscribe, mash that notification bell, that way you're notified as the new stuff comes out. And if you want a program designed for you to get the most out of it, to get the best effect in the quickest amount of time, reach out. This is what I do. This is how I help people not waste any more time. Get what they need to get in and done, and exactly what they're looking for to get the best benefits out of it. So hit me up, reach out to me, go to my website, BrentKasmer.com, or comment below, or DM me on any of the social platforms, and I will see you soon.